Good morning, everybody, and what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I've got a kind of a shorter vlog for you this morning. It's going to be probably a couple uploaded today, so this is number one of probably two, maybe three. Real quick, this one, you're going to get a kick out of this one. This is, I have to do this. I saw this yesterday. I clipped some of the news articles, and I'm like, I have to share this with everybody. And we're going to talk about that, and then from there, I'm going to go out to Hollywood Studios, and we're going to see the new Star Tours scenes, maybe. I'm going to explain more really what Star Tours is. That's going to be the big focus, is going to be Star Tours. I mentioned Star Tours, I'm going to do Star Tours. If you hadn't guessed by now, it's going to be Star Tours. We're going to do Hollywood Studios and do Star Tours. So, I'm going to explain a little bit how the ride works, what it's about, maybe a little history on it, and then we'll see if we can't capture some of the new scenes. And I'll explain my whole idea, behind the new edition. So before all that, let's get into this morning's vlog and the first vlog of today. So with that, let's get our asses in gear and get started. We're now in service. Let's begin. All right, title. You ready for this? Take a look at that. I'm still doing it kind of like this. I'm figuring out the new software. I'm slowly getting the hang of it. I'm doing a lot of testing, so we'll get it. I promise you, we'll get it. It won't be this primitive for hopefully too much longer, but again, bear with me. All right, here we go. Eye injuries after solar eclipse, surge following phenomenon. Ah, you sons of bitches! Damn it! What the frick is wrong with people? All right. Here we go. Doctors and eye specialists have been warning the public for days not to look directly at the sun. Holy shit! Could you believe that? They had to warn people not to look at the sun. Tell them not to look at the sun. By the way, that big ball of fire in the sky out there, yeah, don't look at that. That shit's bad for you. I just can't. I can't do it anymore. Oh, this is the society we live in. This is how we are now. Imagine that. Like, this is news. You have to tell people, don't look at that sun up there. Yes. When I got into this line of work, things have changed in the last, what is it now? This is my almost 18th year, I think. First off, when I started, this idiot box really wasn't a thing. But it is an idiot box for certain things, but I can't call that too much because this thing, if you know how to use it right, can really help you make a nice living. But I'm almost speechless. So, okay, we're gonna keep going. All right, now that I got that out of my system. Immediately after Monday's solar eclipse, the number of people searching Google, here it is, there's old Dr. Google. That is the worst flippin' doctor ever created, okay? I believe that Google was partially made, okay, to generate revenue for the medical industry, because no matter what you put into Google, if you type in, oh, I stubbed my toe, or oops, I got a small paper cut, it'll tell you got 3 days to live, no matter what you do. Like, that's just how extreme it goes to every time. I cannot tell you how many times we've gotten people into the emergency department because of something they Googled. And then, of course, I have to, not condescendingly, I pull up the nice little rolly chair and I sit down and I said, let's have a talk real quick. Let's just you and me talk. And explain to them that this is automatically going to the worst possible scenario, which is what it's meant to do. And it freaks people out because, let's face it, not everybody's got medical degrees. Not everybody knows everything about the human body like we're all trained to do and we spend a lot of time going to school for. So they automatically go straight to the, you know, because we don't see things in 3 dimensions anymore. Everything is 2D like this napkin. And so everybody doesn't have the capability to form thoughts because we have Google now. So we don't think logically. Everything is, by God, every answer is right here. I have made the comment many times that if I should, however it be, find myself in a higher office in this country somehow, I am going to put in a ban that unless you are a licensed medical provider, you cannot Google anything medically. Nothing. You're banned. Nothing. So anyway, back to the story. This doctor, this is Dr. Neshwat, who posted this, said, I had several patients coming in panicking. There it is, panic, because, you know, we can't do anything without panic these days. We just, it's either sitting like this as a sloth or, oh my God, that's how it is. There's no in-between anymore. Nobody rationally thinks. So I had several patients come in panicking saying, I don't want to go blind. Dr. Neshwat, a New York City-based double board certified doctor. Well, that should tell you everything right there. The location. I'm sorry, but a lot of those people up there, it's a different breed up there. I don't understand it. And we see them down here. Some of those people from that corner of the U.S. are some of the worst freaking patients I've ever dealt with. Both in attitude and just, there's no rational thinking. They just are automatically at the extreme measure of things. And then you get people from Florida or the South and they come in like, oh yeah, I sawed half my leg off. Can you stitch it for me? That's going to require surgery. I didn't realize that. I was trying to get back to work. It's crazy the difference. So the next one. I couldn't believe it. People actually looked at the eclipse without protection. This is the day we live in, people. This is how it is. Doctors and eye specialists have been warning the public for days not to look directly at the sun, but apparently some did not heed the advice. You know what they should have said? All these doctors should have said, you know what? Go look at that son of a bitch. Stare at it for an hour. And people would have been like, I ain't doing that. They tell me to look at the sun. I'm not looking at the sun. Reverse psychology. We got it all backwards. And then there's a separate article here. It says, Solar Eclipse eye safety. Can staring at the sun cause blindness? Let me think about that a minute. As the Magic 8 Ball would say, all answers point to yes. Looking at the sun without protective equipment such as solar eclipse glasses, which again, that's a whole nother story because some of those can be faulty, can harm vision and can lead to serious and permanent damage. Neshwat says, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think that's correct. It's either Neshwat or Neshwat, but we'll go with Neshwat. Says the sun's rays can burn the retina and damage the macula, the part of the retina at the back of the eye that is responsible for central vision. And if you recall my vlog from Disney World the other day, which was Monday, people were worried about the animals burning their retinas out. No, it was us. We were the idiots. We were the ones that burned out our retinas. The animals are fine. They're like, I ain't looking at that shit. Are you kidding me? I ain't looking at that. Let me know when it's over. That's what they were saying to each other. In terms of national figures, oh no, wait, hold on, I skipped ahead. Google searches for hurt eyes and why do my eyes hurt after the eclipse rose after the moon and sun align on Monday. Like, the fact that people, I'm not surprised, but it's just like, where are we going to be in 20 years? In terms of national figures, a CDC spokesperson told Fox News Digital that the National Center for Health Statistics does not have any data on eye damage following the eclipse. No, but they'll sure keep tracks of infections. Those we won't. We'll keep that to the T. Eye damage? Nah. However, Neshwat says she treated up to 8 patients who came into the City MD she works out of near Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan, with one patient, here we go, ready for this? With one patient looking at the sun either directly or through their phone for about 10 minutes, she said. Yeah, you're going to F yourself. You do that. You stare at an eclipse even through your phone camera? I'm telling people, like, we are idiots. We have turned into idiots. However, let's see. The damage can be irreversible if the retina is severely damaged by looking directly. It can be damaged permanently looking at the sun without protective equipment, such as solar eclipse glasses. Obviously, talking about eye protection, some people may have mild symptoms if exposure to the sun was brief. Symptoms my patients suffered included headaches, blurry vision, and nausea, while one of my patients said he was seeing spots. You know, unfortunately, most of these references to these patients have his and he in it, and fellas, we gotta do better, man. What the F is wrong with us? Like, you know, how are we gonna be taken seriously? What happened? We used to be the leaders. We used to be the ones people look to. Now we're staring at the sun. Come on, guys. Get your shit together. Damn it. Let's see. Other symptoms can include changing color vision. Nationwide added saying she sent that patient to an eye care specialist known as an ophthalmologist, fancy term for eye doctor, for further treatment. Then it was crazy. We were trying to make appointments for them with eye specialists, and all the eye specialists were booked up within an hour. Again, this is in the New York area. You guys are, you're not looking so hot right now. She treated some patients with nausea medicine and eye drops and recommended they have follow-up appointments with an eye doctor. I'm not sure what eye drops are going to do, but anything to make people feel comfortable, you know. Symptoms may appear after a few days, Nationwide says, and she urged people to visit a medical doctor and have a full eye examination if this is the case. Now, as far as I know, I don't think we had anybody check into RDR with any of this nonsense. In the meantime, she said those people should stop looking at the sun, avoid rubbing their eyes, avoid strenuous activities on the eyes like excessive reading or use of electronic devices. You know, that's the other thing too. The whole thing with the increased use of cell phones and computers and all that, I can't tell you how many people come and go, oh, my head's just killing me. I go, how much screen time do you use a day? Well, what does that have to do with it? Because this son of a bitch eliminates, and I don't talk to him like that, but I just say this thing emanates blue light, which is really bad for our vision, and especially if you're working in front of computers all day, and then you're on your phone or doing whatever. Yeah, you're going to hurt your eyes, and you're going to have headaches. And I think that's, you know, people, I guess they have their blue blocker glasses, similar to the old ones that Ray-Ban came out with or whatever, but they help block the blue light if you have to work in front of a screen all the time. But yeah, headaches, people coming in with headaches and nausea are like through the roof now. And not from just the solar eclipse. This has been way before, and we get it even to this day. The fact that she said those people should stop looking at the sun, like that is actually in there. She added that they need to make sure they are wearing sunglasses that have UV protections when outdoors. Also, while the vast majority took precautions while gazing at the eclipse, there is a chance some may have done so with solar eclipse glasses that have been recalled. This was a big thing. Illinois Department of Public Health sent out a last-minute recall. Yeah, so last minute. You know how people are. We don't even read the directions. Door says push, they pull it, or pull, they push. People aren't going to read that. Oh, these glasses are fine. Got these from Billy Bob's Mart right over there. You'll be all right. Some people are using welding masks, but you know, again, you got to be careful. I can't believe that people. No, I can believe it. Actually, I'm sorry. Said those glasses failed to meet safety standards. Said ask customers to double check if they had bought the glasses labeled EN ISO 12312:2022 and warned them not to use the glasses to view the eclipse. Sure, people did anyway. The glasses in question were reportedly sold through Amazon as bikini solar eclipse glasses, AAS approved, 2024, CE and ISO certified safe shades for direct sun viewing in 6 packs. They were also reportedly available at several Southern Illinois retail establishments, including farm fresh markets and all these other places. Yeah. So basically, it's a whole article about people who stared at the eclipse and how their eyes are damaged, or may be damaged. But it's like, I don't understand why we do this stuff. What happened? Honestly, this This thing, although can, like I said earlier, can help you make a decent living if you know how to use it right. We are turning into idiots. I mean, the fact that they have to have multiple news articles about not staring at the sun. I mean, how many times on a normal day do you go out and be, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to look at that sun for an hour. And I don't give a shit. I'm just going to stare at that son of a bitch, and to hell with what happens. And then after 20 minutes when you can't see anything, you're like, I need to go to the doctor. My eyes are killing me. I don't understand it. All I did was stare at the sun. But this is also a symptom of a bigger problem where we're getting dumber because of technology. You know, we can't even manage simple illness anymore. You know, and this is a whole nother vlog for another time, because otherwise I'll ramble on for an hour. I'm trying to keep this to about 20 minutes. But people now, we're checking into the emergency rooms with fevers. Like, again, I've talked about this. Fevers are your ally. That's what's going to make you better. We don't want to knock out a fever. The only time a fever is an issue is if it's 106 or higher. Then you got an issue. Or you've had an immediate fever directly following surgery, which that's a whole nother problem. Malignant hypothermia, they call that. I said that too fast. Malignant hyperthermia is the official name for it, meaning like it's usually a reaction to the surgery and then the anesthesia. Causes people's body temperature to go through the roof, and that's usually treated with a heavily dosed medicine called dantrolene. A whole nother topic. But these people coming in, oh, I've got body aches, I've got 101 or 102 fever. Okay, you're sick, man. You know, obviously people that come in, we treat them with utmost respect, but we got to get to a better place here. Where, you know, the other thing is people using, how many people use their health insurance for this stuff? You know, health insurance was never designed to be used for, oh, I need to run to the ER because I have a fever. You know, like that's not what it was built for. And I wonder when the day is going to happen when these health insurances stop going, you know what, we're not paying that. You know, you went to the emergency room with a fever, unless it's a life-threatening illness. You know, a fever of 100.2 or 103. Hell, in January, I was just I was 103.8. I was almost at 104. You know, I didn't feel good. And I managed it. But the higher the fever, the higher your viral load, which just means you're sick. Dr. Parrish, who I worked with, gave everybody a really good spiel on that. And he even told several patients, he goes, don't worry about the numbers. He goes, unless you see 106, 107, he's like, the number is just that. It's a number. It's just your body's hot. You're fighting a virus. He was really, I liked working with him. I learned a lot from him as far as the way he would explain things to people. And anytime a doctor explains, I always listen and I like absorb that information. But it's just like we're looking at the sun now. And then we go and bitch about it. I looked at the sun. Okay. And sadly, as I said just a few minutes ago, guys, we got to get better. This shit has got to stop, man. We got to, like, no wonder nobody takes it seriously. Like, we're just screwing up left and right, you know? I mean, it looks terrible. And I hate to say it, but most of the people overreacting coming into the ERs now are guys now. They're just, stop. Just stop. Calm the F down. You know, one, this was an easily preventable problem. Don't look at the sun. You know what? Just enjoy the day. Okay, it's going to get dark. Why do you got to look at it? You know what I mean? Okay, the moon's moving in front of the sun. You want to see an eclipse on a regular day? Wait for it to get stormy. When the clouds pass the sun, same thing. The only difference was this was the moon. But hell, in Florida, you want to see an eclipse every day? Come here during the stormy season in the middle of summer. You'll see an eclipse every day. It gets dark as hell here. Crazy, gets crazy dark. But like all of a sudden now, oh, I need to see this. And there you go. So anyway, I just had to talk about that for a little bit. People, please get smarter. Stop this nonsense. We all can band together. We got to do much better. You know, sometimes as nice as this is, I sometimes wonder what life would be like if this would just go away for a while and we had to go back to old school technology and actually do some thinking of our own. I think it'll happen at one point in time. I don't know when, but I think at some point things are going to get too much and we're going to go back. And we're going to have to learn how to do things the old school way. I don't know. What do you think? Did you see the solar eclipse in your area? Did you look at the sun? Animals are fine though. So thank you all for hanging out with me for this. I hope you got something out of this. Don't look at the sun, please. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you later today. All right, Main Street Fire Rescue, out of service. I'll see everybody.